What's up guys, I'm Shane and this is Spare Change. If you're a movie fan or an audio and video fan and want to keep up with what's new in 4K content or AV tech, hit the subscribe button for new weekly videos. In for a review, we have 1979 sci-fi classic Alien on 4K Blu-ray. I won't be discussing the movie because I'm sure you've already seen it. I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Now for a few tech specs. The movie was shot on 35mm. It's got a 4K DI. It's rated R. Runtime is 116 minutes for the theatrical version and 115 minutes for the director's cut. Aspect ratio is 239:1, so if you're watching this on your television, you will get those black bars. Now, image quality for an older film, I thought this was really good looking. Keep in mind that the movie was shot on film, so you can expect a very thin layer of grain throughout. It's pretty light, so I don't think you'd find it that distracting. Detail here, as you might expect, isn't 4K crisp like some more modern movies shot digitally, but there is a noticeable increase in sharpness and detail if you're coming from the 1080p Blu-ray. Close-up shots can look just as good as any modern-day film, with individual strands of hair and pores remaining highly visible. Where you see some great detail is throughout the interior textures inside the Nostromo. You know, that's the name of the ship if you haven't seen the movie. The ship's walls have some very distinct patterns and mechanical inner workings that are rendered much better than the standard Blu-ray, keeping intact all the little instrument panels, wires, rust, and aged steel, whereas the standard Blu-ray was much softer in comparison. When they enter the alien ship in Chapter 11, you see the overall image quality is much tighter and cleaner, with great detail within all the alien architecture. HDR usage in this, as you can imagine, isn't going to wow you with bold, vivid colors, but the wider color spectrum does give better depth and dimension to the image as it fleshes out all that shadow detail that was lost on the 1080p disc. And seeing how most of the movie does take place in darker environments, HDR usage is a big change. Now, of course, there is some softness to the picture quality, so not everything is 4K sharp, but it does have that very filmic-like appearance.
What?
Audio is in DTS HD 5.1, and it's pretty much the same as the older Blu-ray. If you've seen that one, then you pretty much know what to expect. This isn't a Star Wars sci-fi type of soundtrack, and it does sound like it was mixed decades ago. So dynamics are limited and the effects can come off kind of flat. There is some movement between channels, but nothing that will make you break out this movie to impress your friends with. There is some good ambiance to help build up tension, but again, this isn't a surround sound demo mix. Dialogue was fine for the most part, if not a little thin sounding, but I didn't have any issues hearing anyone speaking. So for audio, if I was gonna rate it by today's standards, I'd have to give it a 6.5. Yeah, it sounds dated, but what can you say? It's 1979, right? But I guess for an older movie, it's alright. For video, I'm gonna go with an 8.5. This is clearly the best way to watch this movie. It's just got a cleaner, more refined image. I don't think it's a 4K showcase or anything, but there's no denying that this is the best version out there. So should you grab this on 4K Blu-ray? Yes, if you're a fan, I think it's a no-brainer. Hopefully Aliens will look just as good and hopefully better. Well, if you guys are interested in grabbing this movie, I'll leave a link for it down below in the description. Leave us a comment and let us know what you thought about this 4K transfer. Thanks for watching, follow us on social media, and if you want to get exclusive content and giveaways, then stop by our Patreon page. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.